Hi kids, today we are going to work on some of the basics of making an object, or as it's called in Scratch, a sprite, move in 4 different directions. So I thought I'd create this little video so that you could have some reference. You could go back and watch as I do each of these things. Well, the first thing we're going to need to do is click on our background to get sure we have our Finder menu, and we're going to go. We'll go to our applications. Now you could have used Spotlight to get there as well, and we're looking for the Scratch folder. So I double click on the Scratch folder and I open Scratch. And it always starts us off with the cat. Now we could change this cat to another character by going here and editing his costumes, but we're not going to worry about that. Okay? We're going to write some easy to put together scripts, and we're going to think our way through this. Now it's good for you to watch me do this and remember the different steps. But I really want you, when you program, when you code, when you put this together, to think your way through it. Okay, if I make it do this, then what do I want to make it do next? Well, we start in our control, and we drag this one over. This says when space key is pressed, it's going to do whatever we list down here. Well, we don't want it to be space key. We want this to be the up arrow. Okay. Now I'm going to click on my motion menu. And I'm going to ask my sprite to point in a certain direction. Now, when we hit the up arrow, we probably want the cat to move up. So I'm going to change this. In our programming with Scratch, 0 degrees is going to represent up. Okay? Think of one of those round compass things where 0 is at the top and it's got 360 degrees that come around the whole circle. Each point on that is going to be a different direction. So up is going to be 0. Now we want this cat to move 10 steps. That's all we're going to ask him to do this time. So let's try it out. Press the green button. I hit my up arrow. He turns, he points up. And now every time I press it, he's going to move 10 steps. Cool, it's working. All right, let's add the other ones now. So I go back to control, and now I want to have him do the down arrow. Okay, back to motion. We're going to have him point down. Now down is going to be halfway around the circle. So if I click here on the arrow, 180 degrees is down. And then we're going to have him move 10 steps again. So now, if I turn that, he points down, and every time I press the down arrow, he does that. Up arrow, down arrow, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Dancing machine. Okay, so let's add the other 2 in here. Okay, so I add a control. Now, right arrow. We are going to have him then go to motion. We're going to have him point to the right. And right is actually 90 degrees. Let's double check. Yep, right's 90 degrees. Cool. Let's have him move 10 steps. Let's see how that works now. Right arrow. There he goes. Up arrow, down arrow, right arrow. Okay. Last one. So I go to control. Move this down here. Okay, we want him to point in the direction of -90. Okay, that'll flip the other way, and we want him to move 10 steps. Let's see how that works. Turn that on. Up that way. Oh, I forgot something. Notice I left it on space. I was getting ahead of myself. I wanted to be the left arrow. Uh-oh. Something's goofy. When I go to the right, he looks good. When I point up, he looks good. When I point down, he looks good. And when I go left, he's upside down. So we are going to have to put in a little trick here. So let's see how we can do that. I'm going to go over to my looks. Okay. Let's see if there's something that this will switch his costume. I don't know if that'll work here. Let's see if there's a control. See if there's a motion, if we can flip him, or change him. Let's see. He's going to turn 15 degrees. So let's just take this. Let's just throw this in here and see what happens. I'm going to drop it in between there. Totally just playing around to see what happens. Okay, trial by error. So left. Well, he turned 15 degrees. Let's increase this. Let's go 90 degrees. Let's see what happens. So up, right, down. Nope, that's not going to help. So let's just drag this. Get this right out of here. Okay. So he's pointing. We want him to go 10 steps. Okay. Here's your challenge. Your challenge now is to make this sprite work. We want him to be right side up. How in the world are we going to do that? See if you can figure it out. And if not, I'll make another one of these screencasts when we put all of our brain power together and see how it happens. So there you go. That's how you make a cat walk up, walk down, walk to the right, and it looks like walk on the ceiling. So your job now is to figure out how to get that cat to walk to the left, but on his feet. Alrighty, get after it.